Delhi Capitals 224 is what they've got. Must have surprised everybody because we have an in-house fan we had to push him to increase his prediction. We're stuck on 190. So we were pushing you, go for it, yaar. Your team, go a bit higher. At least bet on them. He himself wasn't keen to go, which just tells you how much faith they have in their batting lineup. But they've gone on and put 224. Are you happy with it?
Yeah. This is a good total. This is something.
But you should be overjoyed because you were picking 192.
It's only half the job, yeah. So it's fine.
But it's your estimate was 190 something.
190.
They've got 224, and yet you're not happy.
190. Yeah. It's a good enough total. It's a good enough total.
You should be overjoyed. If I expected my team to get to 190 and they got 224, and somebody asked me, "Is it a good total?" I said, "Of course, it's super duper." Way beyond my expectation.
30 runs over what you predicted.
Outstanding.
It is.
If they had got 193, then this reaction would be fun. Yeah, I'm okay. They have got what I wanted them.
But isn't that par for course at this point? Why are we even surprised? We have 3 fans here. One who's this. One who's now telling us he's not really a fan.
He's not a fan. Don't count him in the fans.
Sorry, my bad.
He's not. I have said that you are out because I've got messages from CSK fans. They have said we don't want anything to do with him. Now win, lose, it's our victory, our loss. He is not part of.
So he's officially, his CSK fan, let's say, card has been revoked.
Exactly. He's a outsider now. He can only comment on CSK. All that dancing which he did when they won.
Apparently we put a gun to his head.
Apparently everything was forced. So now the fans have had enough of that nonsense. They have said, please, we do not consider him. The players as well as the fans have totally disowned him. Disowned him.
Made him an outcast.
At least Delhi have not disowned him. They called him for a nice lunch.
Obviously, they have to take care of the fans they have.
Yeah, there are very few. So they called him for a lunch.
Half of them are in our office. Him, there's Shashwat.
There's Deepak in the other studio. Arun too, yes. Arun has a second franchise though, which I'm not too pleased. He is okay wearing.
What is his second franchise?
He is okay wearing merchandise of the other franchise also, which is something I don't appreciate. I think it's SRH.
Yeah.
He was wearing something SRH the other day.
Never understood that.
Okay, anyway, thoughts?
After a shaky start, tremendous recovery from the Delhi Capitals. Had about just 43 runs, lost the top 3 wickets in the power play, which has been a cause of concern at times, both with the bat and the ball, but a good recovery there thanks to a promotion for Akshar Patel.
Finally!
To smash a 50, even though there is...
Finally a
It is up for debate though, whether in the power play Akshar Patel should have been the guy to be sent.
He should have been
because he was 19 of 19 at one point, he then accelerated.
But he's ended a striker of 153.
But look at what you're playing with. No, look at what. Yeah. Like the other options also not great. I agree. Maybe I'll agree to that maybe a position too high. 4 or 5 would have been
4 or 5, yeah.
But at least it's a start. It's a start. That's something that we'd been screaming from a long time. They have finally done it, just as Gujarat played Sai Kishore after screaming for a long time.
No, but then they heard you and bowled him only 1 over in the
death. That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible. And quite unfair on a spinner, yeah.
Penultimate over.
And by the way,
22 runs he gives
3 of those deliveries that he bowled out of 6 were very good. Outside the off stump, tossing it up, whatever. But such is the ground and the pitch condition, you just lay bat on ball and it's 4.
And he was bowling to 2 set batters. What even is the point?
Not the other one. Tristan Stubbs was just...
Tristan Stubbs came in set.
Yeah.
He's batting at a strike rate of 371.
He played just what? Just the 2 balls.
His first ball he hit for a 6 was? Or a 4?
Single. First was
No, the first ball which he...
There were 2 singles in that over.
2 singles in that over. He came in before that over.
Yeah, so I'm saying...
So the first ball which he faced was hit for a boundary. It was either a 4 or a 6. So he came in with the intention of, I'm here to kill.
Yeah, because there was batting left after that.
Why wouldn't you go with a Sandeep Warrior? Who did decently well, had an over left. You sent a Sai Kishore at that time.
No.
First, why did you not bowl him earlier? And then when you didn't bowl him...
Matchups.
So then matchups, so Rishabh Pant was batting, then you shouldn't have bowled him that time also.
They said no, okay, one. There were 2 left-handers. That's the lamest excuse which you will hear, but that is the only logic which I could come up with as to why is it that you would not bowl a Sai Kishore in such a situation. It makes no sense, agreed, especially when you consider that early on, just after the power play, would have been the perfect time to bring him on. Why? Because they were 46 for 3.
Yeah.
You could have actually put some pressure, maybe forced him to try and go after the left-hander, which could have resulted in both the underset batters at that point in time getting out. You could have actually made inroads. You could have been more attacking. Instead, with ironically, bowling Rashid and Noor is considered defensive at this point, because now I think with Rashid especially, teams are not that afraid to target him.
Yeah, it's not the first time, in fact, that batters have shown intent against him.
Even against Noor, the left-handers were very comfortable playing Noor. Yeah, I know Noor had a better economy. Can we just check the numbers there? He wasn't terrible.
Noor
but
was,
no, see, 36 runs in 3
yeah,
overs. It's an
Noor
economy of
wasn't,
12.
yeah.
And see, but that's the thing. Again, if you're looking at some of the decisions they made, Shah Rukh Khan, they brought on to bowl. He bowled 1 over, gave away 8 runs. Perfect for a matchup. Why? Because he's an off-spinner bowling against 2 left-handers. Didn't get another over. I just don't understand this captaincy.
And I'm sorry, but today wasn't a day for Mohit Sharma, which is okay. And yet, you're giving him the last over. Go with a Sandeep Warrior. He's got an over left. It was terrible captaincy on that front. Of course, you allowed it. But okay, enough of the bad decision by Gujarat. Let's celebrate Delhi's batting. Starting with Akshar Patel. As I said, this is something that we have been advocating for a very long time, that they're underutilizing Akshar Patel. So much so that we fed Harshit when he went to meet Akshar Patel for the Delhi Capitals lunch that he was invited, special invitation. He told him also, Akshar bhai, why are they not making you bat? But Akshar was very diplomatic.
He's a nice guy.
Nice guy. Like
he said, chalo, koi nahi. But I'm sure after, you asked him, he must have been like, हाँ यार, अब तो ये भी बोल रहे हैं. I must go tell the team. He must have been like, hey Rishabh, what are you doing यार? अब तो सब reporters आके भी बता रहे हैं मुझे क्या should be back.
Immediately after he left, who came in? Ricky Ponting.
I'm sure he must have. Ricky Ponting was like, that's a good idea. I did not think of it. But sir, you were coach last season also, where he was batting number 4.
So you've been
on
coach for years.
certain situations and was winning you games.
Second highest run getter he was last year.
And by the way, I will count him as your best batter because the first highest run getter was Warner, who I'm sorry was scoring selfish runs. 500 is a record of 120. Terrible.
Yeah.
Not counting those.
He was the best batter last season for Delhi.
Yeah, Akshar Patel.
Agreed. Rishabh Pant, he did receive some criticism not being able to time the ball last time around, not being able to bat at that strike rate. Today, if ever there was a game where he needed to show his prowess in the T20 format, it was today. 204 strike rate, smashing it at 88. I think he was anyway the front runner now to be going to the World Cup. This has now only reinforced that. Possibly could be the last game before the selection.
Could very well be from what we're getting.
If the selection is on the Saturday, this Saturday.
Who knows? Yeah. See, he was anyway there. He was there and there.
What timing? Both on the field as well as off the field.
See, he had in excess of 200 runs anyway. Now with this 88 that he's managed today, I think he's now around 300, 310 his overall tally. There is it takes him past Samson, I believe, and just furthermore strengthens his case. You were anyway looking at bases runs. You were looking at him and Samson to be going there. Jitesh didn't help himself the other day against the team that Delhi played today. So his report card doesn't make for a good reading. Sanju Samson, I don't think he plays. We'll have to check the sked for that. But some of the other contenders.
He'll play.
Some of the other contenders.
Today is
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just played, yes.
See, Friday is KKR versus.
Could be playing Saturday only.
Could very well be playing Saturday. It's a double header day. Yeah.
So yeah, Saturday could be that. If not Saturday, then it's Sunday. But Sunday could be a day late.
Actually, Friday you'll see one of the other contenders, as it were, play because KKR are playing Punjab Kings. So you'll get another chance for Jitesh to not do anything.
Yeah, but Jitesh, I think the
ship, boat, whatever has sailed.
Boat, chances, ticket, everything's gone.
Yeah.
But Rishabh, can I just be honest over there? Of those 88 runs, you mentioned a point about him being scratchy on a few occasions. To me, he looked a bit scratchy today as well. A couple of those times, he was helped by the fact that there was a catch of his dropped, by the way, towards the end. A couple of those times, the small boundary helped him. It's going to be the same for everyone.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get to is some of those sixes, some of those boundaries, he wasn't in complete control of his strokes the whole time. He gave me an impression with this one six that came in the last over. 73 meter was the distance that the ball travelled, but it wasn't clean hitting. He was trying to focus more on muscling the ball than get his timing right, and that I felt on more than one occasion. So that's just the one chink I would say that is there. As far as Rishabh Pant, the batter, is concerned.
But you've picked out a career-wide chink in Rishabh Pant, Sam. The one criticism everyone has had of him is that sometimes he'll go for power, which is why he'll go for so much power that he'll end up, the one-handed shot, the bat will fly, nearly decapitates MS Dhoni.
It happened 3 times in this innings. Couple of those times happened towards the end. Yeah. The other day, in fact, against LSG, I was afraid for KL Rahul.
No, that's a good way to take out one contender, right? Fling the bat.
Fling the bat.
KL done.
But all in all, Rishabh Pant, the clamor, the noise, if there was any doubts, it's only going to get louder, and today maybe there's just the final stamp.
I'm going to be that person. I know too many runs. I'm still not convinced. Again, he's as Mohit rightly points out, he looks scratchy, and again accelerated very late. Is he going to be getting 43 balls in the position you're playing for India? No. Do I know enough about how Indian team selection works to know that he's not only probably flying to the Caribbean and USA, but probably being the starter? Yes.
Exactly what I was going to say. The selection sometimes is not as nuanced as our discussions.
We try and make it to be. Yeah.
No, I mean, credit that because it's our job, we look at every game very closely, inside out. We don't have an off day in terms of watching cricket. Cricket fans can have an off day here and there, can miss a game or two. We don't, but unfortunately the selection sometimes goes on public sentiment, goes on the larger picture, macro level, bigger scores, total runs, and not really nuanced sort of discussion where you look at what has been the overall strike rate, where on what day, what situation did those runs come, why was this strike rate high on a certain day and not so high on other days. Those things are not looked at.
Because I heard it from another expert, I think the selectors also end up thinking on the same lines. But that's something, it makes little sense to me, but not wholly when you're making such big decisions. And that's, that was being said for KL Rahul, that, he's a class batter, he has experience, he's played all around. Runs are runs, and at the end of the day, no matter where he bats, he's such a class act, he's such an experienced fellow. He's got the form right now. You expect him to perform in another position because it's the same thing, it's getting back to ball. That argument we hear so often.
I do not agree with that argument.
I just partly get it. But batting number 1, number 2, number 3 is very different than batting 4, 5, 6.
Correct. Yep. Sure. That's the thing. But
though today Rishabh, again, he came down the order. He's showing you he's going to bat at 5, 6.
Yeah, but he was in with the power
play.
Correct. But I mean, all you could say is that could be a situation in the Indian team as well. It does happen.
It better not be a situation in those 8, 10 matches that India have to play more than maybe twice.
Well, actually, considering the problem with our openers now, I don't think he'll get to bat those many balls.
Problem.
What is the problem? That's not a problem.
No, that is.
The wickets are not falling early. You're saying that's a problem.
Whatever else said and done, Pant is the lesser of two wheels in the sense that he may bat 40 balls, but at least he'll get you 88 runs. Others might bat 40 and get you 60.
Achha, quick questions we'll take before we wind up. The chase is going to start. We'll have a
longer chat later.
Yes, at the end of the game. We'll get to that quickly.
Swal?
Go predictions in the meanwhile till he gets ready. He's sleeping. Huh?
I'm switching.
You're switching.
Yeah. If it were 200, 205, I'd have still stuck with GT. But 220 is over par, so I'm switching.
Yeah, I think I'll have to switch to 224 is a bit too. Though this is an amazing ground, runs are to be had, and most teams should chase it down. But I agree, if it was 2.5, 2.10, I could have looked at 2.25. I think a bridge too far, considering some of the batters have been out of form. Unless it's Miller comes to the party. Show, yeah.
Or Ridhaman Saha decides to remind us why he's a good player.
Then, yes. Mehraj rules.
And walk his way out of the lucky 11?
Unlucky 11.
Okay, Pant is the most intimidating player in Indian team above all, Mehraj rule says.
Above all? I don't know. I'd say Sky if you're looking at T20s. Sky. You're not looking past Mr. Suryakumar Yadav.
I have to agree, not the most intimidating.
And maybe a Dubey if he manages.
If Dube plays, Dube has to be.
Yeah. Dube still he'll be number 2.
Recently on one of the KKR posts, I think it was celebrating Andre Russell, and Suryakumar Yadav of all people commented on it, and he was predicted or given a very complimentary thing by Russell himself. Now, if a T20 legend, someone who plays 170 strike rate for fun, is calling him one of your better batters, I don't know. Sky for me.
Russell called Sky that.
Like one of the best.
Yeah, everyone said. AB de Villiers, everyone said that. Rakesh Bhushan. Lame theory that a left armer can't bowl to a left-handed batsman and vice versa. At the end of the day, good ball will fetch you wickets as if a leg spinner always bowls a maiden to a right.
No, I agree. I don't buy this logic at all.
Yeah, that's what. He's just reinstating exactly what we discussed. Yeah. Exactly. Internal joy when Pant is on song, classy slogging. Mehraj. Though it was fun to watch, I must say.
Yeah, he's always fun to watch.
And especially when he goes down on his knees and smashes those sixes, it's a sight. It is a sight. Rakesh Bhushan says,
sad that the capital city of India and one of the worst stadiums must be the shortest boundary line in entire stadium.
Agreed.
This IPL, Gujarat can chase it with shorter boundaries and power hitters.
No, I mean, if there is a ground where you can chase it down, this is it. But I think with the Gujarat batting, the way they've been going, I'd put Delhi 60-40 in front now at this situation.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Their batting doesn't inspire that much confidence because again, you have an Omar Zai who's an anchor. You have a Saha who's kind of out of form. And
Gill would be kind of anchorish.
Yeah, that's the thing. And again, Miller, probably the most destructive batsman, has been out of form.
So the only good batter has been Tewatia, who's been kind of doing the job for them.
He's doing the exact same job he's done for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So in that case, fair.
He's the only one. Yep. Okay. Pranit Datta says your ticker is showing the wrong side. It's Kishore.
Yeah.
That was actually today. Mohit was on ticker duty and he got a little excited, I think so.
Yeah, we went with Sai Sudarshan instead. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Instead of Sai Kishore.
This is despite the fact that I've been like talking about him non-stop.
Yes, apologies for that.
Okay, quick prediction. Sarat Chandra Yalamati is saying, Nikhil sir, EPL produces best football, but England doesn't win FIFA World Cup. So, is EPL at fault? If not, then IPL also not.
I agree with this logic. Contrary to whatever Siddharth may say.
Yes, I agree. Rookie Techie says, Pant looked good and improving. He was not this good last few games. GT would win only if Gill plays outstanding and completely agree. I think it's a step up for Pant and I think we should celebrate that. Surya Sharma says the innings...
this innings shows that Pant can only perform if he's a top order batter.
Oh, he batted 5 today. Oh, that's another thing that
he came in the power play.
Arey, ruk jao. Shivam, just leave it.
Piyush Nandre.
Says score could be 250 plus. DC missed Ricky Bui. Arey, Arshad, for you, react
the man,
to
the
it.
myth, the legend.
Something. I was reading something else. My bad. No, Ricky Bui is not in contention at the moment. But
what do you make of the comment?
Of course, he's not in contention.
Where is this one? See, you can make whatever fun that you want to make about Ricky Bui. You haven't seen him at all. You look at his numbers in both SMAT, Ranji Trophy. There's a player in there. Albeit age may not be on his side. But Prithvi Shaw has for years and years now lived on past reputation and what he did 8-10 years back. There was reason enough for the franchise. I continue to back that decision. 2 innings, too short a timeline, too short a rope to be given to anyone, and you were unfair to him. With regards to going back to Prithvi Shaw, it's a decision that has been the kind of decision that you expected it to be, that because he's blown hot and cold, and it's the same thing about Prithvi Shaw that one always knew.
Final comment, GGK says Gill will chase this down with short boundaries and Nokia bowling.
That is admittedly a worry. I mean, you've already...
By the way, he doesn't have a good record against Nokia.
Oh, is it?
Shuman Gill, yes. He's been dismissed, I think, 4 times.
That was Nokia as a peak.
That's also there. That's also there.
That is the worry actually, that this ground, if 1 or 2 bowlers don't have a good game today for DC, which is entirely possible.
It's like saying Devdutt Padikkal came yesterday, had a great record
against
CSK.
A long time back.
We saw it now, but must be in year 1942.
Nokia, unless if he's not bowling the 19th over, I'm fine with him, bowling the
He's
other 3.
opening the bowling?
Yeah.
Why?
What's wrong with that?
No.
He does that. Time to time.
I don't know. Let's see.
Okay, see you. End of the game. Bye bye. Take care. Oh, this should be fun.